Apple hasn't updated the iPod Touch since the year 2012. That was until this week. But does the iPod even make sense in the world of mobile technology today? Let's take a look. This is my unboxing and review of the iPod Touch 6th generation. Looking at the box, nothing has changed in terms of packaging. I have my handy dandy new unboxing knife, but we won't be needing that as the iPod, in typical fashion, has an easy pull tab at the top. Pulling the tab allows you to get right inside of the iPod on top, covered by a screen protector that you'll need to peel up from the bottom in order to get the iPod Touch out of the plastic case in which it rests. Looking at the device, it's the same layout as before with nothing on the right hand side, the same camera layout on the back, just missing the loop latch down in the bottom left corner, we'll talk more about later, and then the volume buttons on the left hand side. Putting the device aside, we have the rest of the box under the Designed by Apple in California flap, with the standard instruction manuals and of course Apple stickers. Underneath that we have the lightning cable, which was actually a little bit difficult to get back in, and then the earpods. And these are the standard earpods that come with the last iPod. They do not have an inline remote or mic. They were actually quite hard for me to get back in as well, because they are in a cardboard packaging as compared to the iPhone's plastic carrying case, so we'll just skip ahead to where I got them in. Looking at the iPod up front, you will notice a definite lack of Touch ID, something I was particularly excited to see on the next iPod. Also, if you're very good at placing size in these videos, you'll realize that the iPod hasn't changed size form factor and is still 4 inches. Powering it on, we get the standard setup, which I will not bore you with as we go through. But where does the iPod fit? In 2012, I was 14. I had a small job that got me money, just, $5 a week. And then I got a Christmas time job at a Christmas tree farm that got me about, 200 to 300 total. I bought a 32 gigabyte iPod right when it came out in 2012 for around $220 with tax. I bought an iPod because I love tech and I couldn't get a phone. My parents didn't think I needed a phone and I wasn't able to pay for the phone, so they weren't going to pay for it for me. So the iPod was my next best bet. It did everything I wanted, including text messaging, and it allowed me to play games, watch YouTube videos, and go on Facebook, and most importantly for me, take pictures. But most recently, the iPod doesn't make sense to me. I quickly decided that I was an Android guy and moved on to Android devices, and I soon got a real job where I was able to pay for my own phone plan. But I'm also noticing that kids are getting smartphones younger and younger and younger. 5-year-olds I've seen walking around with iPhone 5C, or else their parents have a tablet that they let the kids use, or the kids have a tablet. So where does the iPod fit? If you're the kind of guy who likes to carry around 2 devices, this might be perfect for you. Or if you still can't get a phone, but you want some of the features that a smartphone offers, this could also be a good device for you. It plays games, it can do some messaging, you can check your email, do web browsing, and there's all sorts of apps out there. It even has a decent camera. If you're gonna get an iPod Touch, this is the one to get. Don't opt for the last gen because it's cheaper. It won't be a good experience. If you're going to get an iPod, go with the 6th gen. Here are some of the main differences between the 6th generation and the 5th gen that would make you want to buy the 6th over the 5th. First, we'll talk about the smaller features. The speaker on the 6th generation is a lot better. It's louder, it's clearer, and just overall better. If you're getting an iPod, most likely one of the things you want to do most is music or gaming, and gaming often has sound that you want to hear. On the 5th generation, I often muffled the speaker at the bottom of the device, and I do that on the 6th gen as well. But the 5th generation is not as loud, and it's quite a bit of a difference. When I first pulled the 6th gen out of the box, one of the first things I did was test the audio. I turned the volume all the way up on my 5th generation, the blue iPod, and I played a song. Then I paused the song and played the same song on the 6th gen. They were comparable. The 6th was clearer, not much louder. Then I checked the volume level, and it was halfway up on the 6th gen and full volume on the 5th. Now, my 5th generation is running iOS 9, so I don't know if that's a deal or not, but it is very, very loud on the 6th gen, and I didn't notice a drop from iOS 8.3 to iOS 9 when I updated my other one.
Now I got nothing standing in my way. I gave it all away. I gave it all away. I gave it all. You got me living how I wanted all along. Now all my tears are dried away. You got me living how I wanted all along. I feel so alive, alive, inside, inside. I'm breaking through the haze to a brand new day, 'cause my heart has been revived.
The reason this is, I would assume, is because we do not have the loophole for the strap. The 6th gen has removed that, and that's good. It was covering where the speaker was coming out right at the bottom of the last generation. The camera on this generation of iPod is quite a lot better as well. It's an up from 5 megapixels to 8 megapixels, and it's the same sensor that we found on the 5S, allowing us to take 1080p video with the rear-facing camera, 720 with the front, and 720 slow motion 120 frame per second with the rear. It's a decent camera, and if you want to take a few pictures when you're out and about, this will be a good device for you. But like I said, I wouldn't buy this if you're going to possibly get a phone in the future, or you have a phone now. I would go with a budget smartphone that costs just as much, if not a little bit more or a little less, that you can end up putting on a phone plan later on down the line. Anyway guys, this is John with Texas. Thank you for watching. Please like this video if you want to see more content like this. Comment down below, let me know, are you going to pick up an iPod? Do you think it's worth it? Or do you agree with me that a smartphone is a better deal now in this marketplace? Also, subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. That's it guys. Peace.